What's this way?
You just pick a way.
Wait, hold on. First place do tour, first place do tour. Wow, these are dope. Done! All right, guys, we're here to train for the Olympics. You know, a lot of questions been going around. Is Aaron gonna be in the Olympics? The answer is no.
So you can go up those stairs or to the right.
What's this way?
You just pick a way.
Wait, hold on. First place do tour, first place do tour, second place do tour, third place. Wow, these are dope. Is it all cement?
Yep. Except for the platforms on top.
We can't skate this, dude. This is too scary. Pretty dope. They have a big pad. I'll be laying down on that pad taking a nap.
Wanna go upstairs?
Gabe, where's the manual pad?
Let's take a look upstairs. I'll show you the manual pad.
How wide is this?
I have no idea. Manual pad's up there.
Wait, how do we get up there?
Right there. The stairs. So this is the first ever like Olympic standard bowl.
Well, how does that work?
There are standards. There's like a certain height and a certain steepness that all Olympic bowls must like meet.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we see how it is?
Sure.
Olympic code! Done!
My name is Brody. I've been working at California Skateparks for about 8 months as a junior designer.
And my name's Kyle, and I've been working at California Skateparks for 4 years as a designer.
Right now we've been doing a lot of winter stuff, a lot of the winter X Games for next year, winter dew tour. So the past month or so has been a lot of snowboard jibs, a lot bigger rails than skating. But we had a big Woodward job recently that we just finished. That was like 40 jibs for Woodward in Utah. So yeah, it's been that, and then a couple of smaller private backyard skate parks or things like that.
We're working on a lot of projects for next summer, including Dew Tour, X Games Minneapolis, X Games Shanghai. We are potentially building 8 skate parks in China, which is very stressful to get done all before the end of the summer, but it'll be cool that China will get some new parks built. I think the Olympics will open up the door for more skate parks to be built, allow for communities to understand what skateboarding is, and that a lot of people do skateboard, and it's a fun and healthy activity to take part in. So I think the stereotypical view of skateboarding in the past has kind of been negative and has made towns not want to build parks, but I think the Olympics will kind of bring light to that and allow for more parks to be built. It's cool to see these parks get built and to see the tricks that happen on them, because it seems like it's constantly progressing, at a very rapid rate. So when we're designing parks, we're very particular about the specifications we use to design a rail or a stair set. In designing a skate park, it's important to get all the specifications right as far as rail heights go and stair heights go and distances that will work for skateboarding. It takes a lot of experience and knowledge as a skateboarder to do that correctly. So as long as that's one of the main goals in designing a skate park, I think we'll see a lot of progress in the way people skate. And I think skate parks have definitely come a long way since back in the 80s. Just from like, you can see like steel ramp skate parks or like outdoor wooden parks. A lot more parks these days are concrete. So that's kind of cool. A lot of the materials that we're using are evolving, and I think it ultimately promotes some better skateboarding. And what else?
I think it's skate parks coming up more and more, becoming more common. It's more exciting now the more unique of a feature you can have in the park, because it's, as there's more skate parks, there's more of the simple stairs and A-frames and this and that. So if you have something that makes your park stand out, it just makes it more special. It makes it more enjoyable to skate. People can take the skills they learn on these more basic obstacles and try and adapt them for something new. Try and see the park in a new way or something like that.
There's a lot of features I feel like that haven't been designed yet too. Like, we're always trying to be creative and new and fresh with the designs we come up with. And when we do finally design something that's new and hasn't been done before, it's exciting to see how it gets skated.
I think as the rate that skating is progressing at, like an idea maybe like 5 years ago that someone would think of and be like, what is that? That's crazy. Now it's like, oh, that's totally possible, like absolutely. Or maybe it will be next year. Like, I think the doors just keep getting more and more open.
All right, guys, we are super excited to be here at the CATF, California
CATF.
Training Facility.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
You did. You nailed it.
Man,
Yep.
I was nervous.
Yes,
And we are
yeah.
here today with...
I'm Brian Blakely. I'm the marketing coordinator here at the CATF, and yeah, we're stoked to have the Braille squad over here. It's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us everything.
So the TF was built as a pretty much like an Olympic style training facility. The flow bowl in there and the street course and everything are more or less kind of built to the Olympic standard.
Okay, what does that mean? I gotta just stop you right there. What does it mean, Olympic standard?
So let's put it this way: our kind of parent company, California Skateparks, we got the bid on the Olympic build. So our company is actually building the Olympic course, and I don't know how, I can't give too many details about that still right now, but the point is, if you want to go and train for the Olympics or really any of the qualifying events leading up to it, this is definitely the place to be right now. And we're hoping to, you know, in a perfect world, we would have thousands of these all over, just so, you know, all the different countries, all the different cities, just anyone and everyone who's kind of planning for that side of skateboarding and wanting to progress and maybe get to the Olympics one day. You know, this is sort of the template that we're trying to build here. So
okay, so how important is the Olympics, skateboarding being in the Olympics, for this whole thing?
I think it's incredibly important for many reasons, especially for our company. We, you know, we build skate parks primarily. That's sort of our foundation. So we want 1 million skate parks to be built across the globe. We want more and more parks to be built. We want them to be built sort of the right way. We don't want these kind of rinky-dink parks, which can be fun. No, I mean, I grew up skating in parking lots and stuff, but we want skateboarding to just grow bigger and bigger. And, you know, creating more skate parks and creating more facilities like this is only going to grow it sort of to that next level. And just as far as the Olympics, I think it's great. It's a cool thing, and it's only going to help grow skateboarding. It's going to help grow the entire industry, and it's just going to get so much more participation. Like, it just really is. And all these kids, you know, they're growing up with all these nice parks and everything else, and they're just sort of, the whole new generation is just growing up in a different way. They are spoiled. They are. That's a good way to put it.
Just let them know.
They are spoiled. So it's like some places like this. I mean, they didn't exist when we were younger. So it's great. So we're just trying to spread skateboarding, grow skateboarding, and places like this are kind of helping with that. So majorly. And there's whole countries like China was not thinking before
before the Olympics, they weren't like thinking, whoa, we should have some good skaters. There's a lot of skateboarders going to China to skate the marble ledges.
Yep.
And it's a whole thing, which is really cool. But China as a country was never like, and now they're like, oh, the Olympics, there's an event.
Exactly.
We got to win medals.
Exactly.
Let's find
I know.
skateboarders.
So that's I mean, that's happening all over. We've had the Peruvian team's been here the last like couple months, and we've had the Brazil team here. We've had some of the Chinese skaters here. It's just, that's what's cool about it. We love seeing all these different teams, literally from all different countries, coming here and just trying to progress their skateboarding, and with the Olympics in mind, which is cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the goal of Braille skateboarding to spread skateboarding all over the world and make it bigger. And I feel like things like this specifically in the Olympics is just putting a rocket behind that goal.
For
and
sure.
just making it go boom. A lot of eyeballs that wouldn't have been necessarily interested in skateboarding before will be. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Can you tell us like some of the, like what is important about the bowl section versus the street section?
So our bowl is technically, right now it's sort of as close as you can get to what the course will be. I mean, it's an Olympic style flow bowl. That's kind of what the, you can call it whatever you want, but that's sort of part of the terminology.
Olympic style flow bowl.
It's a flow bowl, yeah. So, you know, a lot of the features in there and are very similar to what you're gonna see in the Olympics. In the street course, it's sort of the same. You could say that maybe like street leagues and Dew Tours and the X Games and everyone, they've sort of, which we kind of build those courses too. So everything is sort of built to spec, and the Olympics are obviously going to have, you know, the rails are going to be a certain height, and the stairs are going to be a certain length, and everything is going to be very to spec, and the TF here is pretty much as close as you can get to any of that as you can right now. So it's, I mean, literally, if you want to come here and you know, train for the Olympics for skateboarding, this is the place that you should be doing it right now. And we're hoping to kind of build more public. And so, you know, if you can't come here to San Diego, obviously, there'll be plenty of other opportunities for you to go and skate similar things.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about. I grew up in Montana in this very small town, and we had nowhere to go, right? You're getting kicked out of everywhere. There's like a curb that you could do, or a forced air that the top of it is like really slanted, so you're like, hill the forced air. And I went to city council, I gave them a whole pitch, and they gave me land and $25,000, and I got a park put in there. And awesome. It's funny, this just recently came up. The park that I put there, you know, it's one of those, it's just like, what do we have? We can put a flat piece of concrete, a metal like pyramid, because the weather's really bad, a flat bar, and a bench was like all it was. Right? And now it's gotten so beat up that we're trying to like demolish it and rebuild. And now we are rebuilding the Braille house as well. So now we are like the ones that are like, how 14-inch rail, 18, how do we, the stairs, how big? It's really hard to figure out.
It is, it
like,
is.
And the transitions, how, so,
It takes professionals, kind of. I mean, there really is a science behind all that stuff, which is trippy. And you know, to each their own. All parks can be fun, but our designers and our builders and everyone who's involved, they're all skaters too. They put just their hearts into all of it, and so much time and energy to just sort of make everything just perfect. And things that maybe you wouldn't have ever even thought of 5 years ago, they're like, oh yeah, we can do that now. Why not? The sky's kind of the limit. Right now. So it's cool. I'm fascinated by it every single day, just being a part of it. It's cool to see. It's fun.
Really amazing.
It's awesome.
And you've been working in the skateboard industry for how long?
I've been just about 10 years. I've been off and on. I've worked at shoe companies. I've worked for, my primary background is sort of media. So I've worked at the Skateboard Mag. I worked at Skateboarder Magazine before they went out of business. I was working at Transworld Skateboarding before this. So it's just cool. And I've known California forever too. So I love kind of being here too and being a part of this, because it's just, it's awesome. I mean, they're building skateboarding, you know, in more ways than one. They're literally kind of building all the parts, but we're just sort of progressing and trying to expand skateboarding as much as we can. So it's cool. It's great.
Well, thank you for all the hard work that you've done.
Thank you guys.
Huge thanks to the California Training Facility for having us down here. You guys are the absolute best. You guys should go ahead and follow their social media. All the links will be in the description below. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. And you, yes you, even you, can learn how to ride a skateboard. So get started. It's time to go.